Are we live? I think we are. It's kind of cold. Hello to everyone who's watching. Welcome to a mini Retro Robbins show. These are regular little intervals where I take on some of the latest new games and give them their first play before I actually put them on my main channel where I give them the full review. And I've got a couple of absolute beauties for you to come today. Emo, shut up. Yes, you. Emo's talking in the background. That's my little AI robot that's got a kinky leg. Hello everybody who's watching and welcome. We've got news on Crash Live. Say hello, Emo. He talks over me quite often. Anyway, he's going back on his stand where hopefully he's not going to interrupt me or my gameplay with a controller fully charged and my Spectrum fully plugged in. Not that one, but the next, of course. All the games will be played on the Retro Next. Kevin, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you very much for joining me on my live stream. What's coming up in today's show? We got two new games to try and review. One from the mighty Lee Chop Stevens, the other one from Daniel Sloan and Sloan Software. Two of them are really quite good to play. Hopefully you'll get to see this on my main channel when I've done a video, which I haven't recorded. News on Crash Live. Well, I've got loads of Spectrums up and ready already working that I don't need to fix from last year. It's quite cold in here. Loads of new guests. I can tell you that there will be a preview, and this is an exclusive. I had to verify that this is okay. There will be a preview of the new Monty Mole game developed for the Spectrum Next Kickstarter free at Crash Live. I am indeed, excuse me, I've got a bit of heartburn today. Probably not. Can you hear him? Just talking over me. Emo, silence. If that works. I can tell you there will be an exclusive new game, first preview of the Monty game for the Sinclair Spectrum Next. Hopefully there could even be a Magnetar Spectrum Next on display at Crash Live. So there's a couple of interesting snippets. Whatever. What's wrong with me today? At Crash Live, and yeah, so that'll be great to see. I'm going to be taking my wide Spectrum Next so everyone can play on it. These things ain't just for display, they're to be used, and I'm going to get people to have a go on a wide Spectrum Next, which is no different to any other Spectrum Next. However, it is a KS2. I was thinking about getting a KS3 board and putting it in the wide Next, but as it was designed with a KS2, it's good enough to run the game O, which is one of the games that will be on the SD card for you to play. Which I have the original of O, I have the original of Head Over Heels. I don't have a lot of Spectrum Next games, but when I do, I buy the original Spectrum Next game in all its glory. I'm also working on stuff for the Tapton Einstein. I can probably show you that. Well, I could have done, I haven't at the moment. The Speculator is at the moment on eBay being sold for £800, and I think that is ridiculously overpriced. So because I don't like to see communities get ripped off like that, and I don't mind people making a profit, but extortion because it's only one of, and it's something that's really quite modernly recreated, is something that strikes highly against my moral parameters, if you like. For instance, remember, let me show you, I've got an example up there. Let me show you. The Enterprise Intelligent Software Computer on eBay. One second. I'm trying to do this as I go along, so you'll have to bear with me. This is one I've made. I'm coming, just getting it off. Should have prepared earlier. Should have, there we go. Right, on eBay, there is one of these little leads. And that's a 3D printed case that I've designed, and It's a special lead. It's RGB SCAR that goes into the back of the monitor port of your which you can actually get these quite common at the moment. And some of them, they're really quite a beautifully capable computer. Is the Enterprise. I've got a 1:8 version, of course, all 64 1:8. The guy's selling one of these on eBay for £80, not including postage. That's an extra tenner on top, and you'd have to doctor it to make it work because the sides of the edge, I don't know whether you can see that. Is that focusing? Yeah, are not cut out. You'd have to get your hacksaw and saw that out in order to make it work. Well, I thought that was extortionate, so I got about building my own. And then I got in touch with a guy from the team from Cool Novelties that make lots of peripheral leads, and I said, look, someone's charging 80 quid for one of these. I mean, if it had been £30, I wouldn't have batted an eyelid. You know, it's the leads, what, a couple of quid, the connection there, £1, £2 or £3 if you want to go that way. 3D printed case plus resistors that are built inside. You know, a couple of quid there, maybe 7 or 8 quid in total to create one of these, maybe 12 quid max in labour charge. If it was sold for 30 quid, fine. 80 quid plus your £10 and it isn't going to work is, I call, a rip-off. Well, that I don't like to see people getting ripped off like that. So what I did, I've got to mute my phone. What I did there was created one, and I created a 3D printed file, and I sent that 3D printed file off to Cool Novelties, and they've created them, and now you can buy this lead for just over £21, and it's really good quality. In fact, the ones you sent me, I've tested, love it, and that's how we save people over £70 to £80 in expense for one of these things. Well, there's a thing called, for the Tat Einstein, called the spectrometer, and there's one on eBay, and it's the only one I can find at the moment, being sold for £800. That is a rip-off, a total rip-off from it. It's called profiteering. If it had been £100 or something like that, I wouldn't have batted an eyelid, right? But the whole thing to make, produce and build is probably going to cost less than £30. So if we sold one for, say, 60 quid, that's fine. You know, everyone's entitled to make a profit, but nobody's entitled to take that sort of liberty, and I don't like to see that happen. So if there's anything that is kind of rare and needs to be made, I'm going to make it, and I'm going to stop people sort of ripping people off. Now, if it's a work of art or it's a statue or something like that, yeah, then fair enough. My crash hat is non-straight. I don't like that. I don't like that. So I'm doing that for the Tat Einstein. I'm making, hopefully, with the help of a guy from over the Telford who's got loads of Tat Einsteins. He's the one that gave me my 256 for helping him get about 6 or 7 Tat Einsteins back in action, up and working and recapped and ready to go out in public domain. The spectrometer is the Tat itself, by the way. It's got a big history in Spectrum computing because a lot of games, because it's a Z80 based system, were written on that and ported over to the Spectrum because it was a more stable thing to do. So there are a fair bit of software that was made using the Tat Einstein. All right, let's have a read of a few of these comments, shall we? Yes, I know, and the collection that they have was the ones that were released in Midnight Brew. We're talking now. Alan's got to send me something for me to distribute. Hopefully, he said I could help him out, and I would. The collection they have was one that was entered in a competition, and those are what I would say something to do with Zolsha Entertainment. He's also in contact with everyone from the previous coders of Zolsha. He's got their backlog of collection, but they'll be going to his Patreons first before he'll probably sell the rest at a later date. There's a couple that I'm short of that I'd like to buy, but I'm not his Patreon because I can't afford to be Patreon of everybody. I can support them in different ways. He does wonderful things, Alan does, for the Spectrum, keeping it up and alive and running, which is kind of marvellous. But we're talking, that's in the past, we're talking Crash Live. So hopefully this Monday just after work I'll be going down to Kenilworth to take a look at what we've got there that we can bring. There are various guests that are already confirmed and still one or two more that's going to be a bit of a surprise, hopefully. Alan's going to be bringing one or two of us. There's dual Spectrum show this time round. Spectrum show day 1 and day 2. They will differ. Day 1 with Jeff and of course Paul Jenkinson. The guy, Jeff's usually just the background guy. It's not his channel, it's Paul's. And everyone loves the Spectrum show because it's proper nostalgia. We do like to see that sort of show live as well. It's sort of like a highlight. We think the next team will be doing 2 talks, hopefully, one on the Saturday, one on the Sunday. I can tell you that Hidden Gaming Chest, fronted by Ant Harper, will be one of the traders there, and he has been slowly building up stock for that, for people who want to buy stuff that they haven't got for their Sinclair collection or their Sinclair Spectrum, including some and more of the rare games. As always, the lad that's got loads of magazines, has built up a fair collection of magazines. He's also the one that sent me Sinclair programs. I love Sinclair programs because I love typing in old games. Sinclair programs, very, very collectible now. Crash R2. Old retro news. Let me get me Sinclair programs out and I'll show you all. Right. I love these. You know, why do I love these? Well, they got all the old listings. I mean, I just like to see stuff like the adverts, you know, and they just amazing that £39 for a joystick port, and yet people moan about paying 60 or 70 quid for a Spectrum these days. Like, yeah, but that's why we like them. We do like to have a good old typing, and I do like doing typings just because you learn a lot from typings on how basic works, because that's what the idea of Sinclair programs really was, to help you with the basic. Now, that said, we need to start what today's show's about. We're going to start with the first game. There's all my games. I'm going to go for the enhanced one. This is a Lee Chop Stevens game, Mr. Microchops. By the way, if anyone's actually watching live, how's the sound? Anybody can report on the sound, let me know. Codename RKW. A ULA Plus version. You've got a Dell monitor. Hold on, let me turn that down a touch. You've got a Dell monitor with a 1977. Sorry, Wayne's got Dell monitors. I may have. I can't remember. I've got that much stuff that I don't know what monitors I've got there, Kevin. Anyway, I'm using this, so I'm good. I should have put me more powerful. In fact, I will. I'm going to put some supervision on, and some would say I need supervision, but in this case, I'm just going to put some more powerful glasses on. Now I look like a proper nerd. Remember the school glasses you used to get? This is the school glasses. Anyway, I digress. Right, this game, Lee Chop Stevens, Microchops, he likes to call him, 2025, Northern Games. And you may know, but usually on this show, I tend to give away freebies or prizes, and that may be the case today as well, so stay tuned for more. Like that one. Yeah, Retro Robbins in my cupboard. So I've got to get some more copies of these, which I will do, possibly some books and stuff like that. I'm also in a magazine in Canada. That's me. Nothing to do with me, but if you actually read up in the middle pages, let's see if we can find it. I like these magazines. He's got some wiki typings in these magazines. This is Jay Mundy. Jay Mundy's a good guy. I did an interview with him actually a while back, and yeah, I'm just trying to find out where it is. The cover tape. Oh, here I am. I don't know where you got that picture from, but there I am. I've got a 2-page spread on that one with a few interesting facts. That was actually a good magazine he produced there. I hope that he can do one. That was actually summer 2023, which we do love. Right, we got other people pinging me at the moment. Right, okay. Come back to you in a minute. Yes, I know that they've just made the new Commodore, and bravo for that, bravo for that. Right, this is the game, we're playing the ULA Plus version, and this is by Lee Chop Stevens. The beeper music, inevitably that's Richard Hines. He does some absolutely amazing beeper music for the Spectrum, and very often I like to reshare the stuff that he's created on my Retro Robbins YouTube, Facebook, and of course various other Facebook that I am in, which are mainly Spectrum based Facebooks, but I also do a lot now for Commodore and Amiga. Amiga I'm getting into because that's kind of still new to me. I never had Amiga, couldn't afford one, and I'm afraid that it's all pretty good. Oh, you've bought one. Well, bravo, bravo, he's bought one. 19-inch, fairly decent size. So, yeah, I've also, when I do play games online like this, I like to use original hardware. So, I do have a Sam Coupe, which is quite hard to get hold of. I've got all 3 of the Amigas, the Amiga 5, 12 and 6. I've got BBC Micros, I've got the Coco, I've got Apple IIe, I've got the Atari, I've got the Amstrad. It's a shame because Amstrad are not represented enough, and they're kind of hard done by, to be quite fair. Amstrad's not as bad as people like to make out. I feel that was alright. That was alright. I've got the Mematech, which is the 512. Thanks to Mark, he donated that to me. I even got some great consoles, you know, like the Dreamcast, the Mega Drive. I've got the PlayStation as well. The Atari stuff at the moment I need to get on more. The Commodore galore. I've got a couple of Commodores galore. They all seem to be glitchy on me though online. I've got the Acorn Electron, and I've got a new computer thanks to Anne Harper called the Thomson, which is a French computer, and it was their version of the BBC Micro. Anyhow, I've talked enough, haven't I? Let's have a look at this game then. Can hear like a wave sound in the background. End game. So if I was to press that, what happens? I haven't started the game, but what happens if you press end game? We'll come to that in a minute. Right, you've got your usual controls there. Sinclair, keyboard, or Kempston. I like games where you're given the option to redefine the keys. That, to me, should be standard now on all games. I don't see how it's a code limitation. Opening screen, there's not a lot going on there. The little Spectrum in the middle with the googly eyes, that's definitely a touch of Lee Chop Stevens. But there's not much, it's mainly black and a few instrumental notes. I'm not impressed with that. I thought maybe you want something that jumps out at you a bit more. I'm sorry Lee, but you know, that's just text on the screen to me and that doesn't do anything. I've got no graphics. The only graphics you've got there is that, as I say, that's Spectrum. And and the A-Y tube is just a constant loop of 3 keys. But that's not the A-Y tube we're going to be going for, is it? We're going to be going, as soon as you press 2, yeah, that sounds very familiar. Extra info is E, press fire for player 1, return 12 instruments. So we've got to get 12 instruments. What's E? This is the extra info. Yes, we know roughly. That's similar to well, we can recharge using the headphones. And to exit barriers, we need to press all of those buttons together in the same room, right? Deadly items. Well, there's obviously like a, I would call it a rhinoceros horn there. Then the joystick, the drums, a spinning cassette tape is a deadly item. No, yeah, okay. So you've got basically everything there that's telling you what's E to exit. Those little sprites, sprites is the name of the graphical character represented on screen. For those that didn't know, that's what they refer to them as, sprites. But yeah, those graphical characters there, and it looks like there's only 2 frames of animation in each one. Like the spinning tape, if you notice, it's just going that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, but it's meant to look like it's spinning around. So that needed 4 frames of animation. There may be 3 frames of animation in the note, yeah, and there's 3 frames of animation. Oh, it's going to be a long stream if I can't get my words out. In the spinning O, but there's a lot of them have just got a couple of frames of animation. Need to say it more slowly. Let's exit. There we go. Right, we're here. We're stuck in the pipe, and you can see we can't. That's basically the entrance. We can't go out the entrance. And we can fire. So we watch the pattern. And I think if we. Yeah. So we get 2 and then there's a gap, 2 and then there's a gap, and you've got to go for that gap there. That's where we can recharge. Let's start by going up this pipe. And we can see we've got 3 buttons to press there before we can go out of that. We can't go out of that until all 3 of those buttons are pressed. But before we do that, we can go this way. Help! So we've got to get the instruments to help him. Oh, I do like the colour bars, are brilliant. So we've got the first real challenge on the way. Watch the pattern. So the time to do this is when it's actually rising. And as he drops, right, we should be able to get through the barrier. Indeed we have. The concentration here is absolute. Oh, I hit the spike, that's why my power went down, but we'll go this way. Right, we've got the first instrument there, but we can't go through that barrier. So the way we've got to get through that barrier is to... And we've got the notes, so we've got 1, and we've got 12 of those to go. Oh, but we can recharge on here. Let's get all our energy back, which is good. We need to study the pattern. Ooh, that was nasty. All that recharge and I lost it straight away. Well, we've got 2 buttons to press there before we can go through a further barrier. Now that tape's going to be quite an annoying one. Now we've got a recharge station down the bottom, but we've got to be ultimately very careful here because We've made it. So regenerating our health will help us to get a little bit further. Let's try going down. We've got another instrument to collect. We can get to that instrument somehow, but we've got to go round to get to that instrument. Alright, so if you get tagged, it resets. Oh, you've got a time limit on those two. Or is there an order? There must be an order. I've just lost my life thanks to the ginger git there. Ain't you, Ginger? There's not enough time. This is too hard. And I've just lost it. You see, it started me really on top of the spike, so I cannot really go any further without recharging. And I'll recharge first. Let's try again. See? Still down. We can get through the barrier. We've just about done it. There's an instrument there, but we can't go through that way, which is like a barrier that we're going to need to open. However, I do have a funny feeling that we can go through this way. Let me just stay recharging. Let me let the cat out. The cat enters the room and then the door closes behind him and he can't get back out. Right, recharged. That was good. Oh. Well, we've got them now. Oh, there's the other instrument. Great. So we've got 3 instruments out of 12 so far. Didn't want that to happen though. Ah! Oh, we've got to remember that they're deadly, aren't they? So. Oh, forgot about that. Great. And that means I'll have to start again. Right, do that. I've got 5 speckies left. Ah, okay. So let's do that one first. Wait for the drum to drop. Oh, lovely. Good job there's a recharge station there, because I got a feeling I was probably going to be toast if there wasn't. So we've got another instrument to collect. This looks tough. The question is, how do you get through those barriers? Oh, that one looks pretty brutal if you ask me, Lee. You can't really afford to wait in the middle of that. I need a recharge station. I think we've looped round. I think we actually have looped round. Because everything looks a bit familiar. Oh Christ. Crikey, this is going to be a tough screen to follow. Okay, I've got to get down to that headphones before it... One more touch and I'd lost another spectrum. One more touch and I fried the ULA. Yeah, I must admit it's not bad. I think the next one's just as good as well, so we're not going to be disappointed in today's little mini show. I have texted Lee, disgusted that he didn't tell me about it before the 5 instruments of 12. We've got a few more instruments to get. This could be quite a short game. We can't go through there. Right, so we've got to work our way around here again, haven't we? So we can't really get through that barrier. Oh man, this is tough. I mean, I survived that, but I don't know how. You can shoot the ones that are moving around the screen. It's just hard to do so. There we go. I've rescued the situation. I've got my spectrum energy back. I've just recapped it basically. Oh, I didn't want that to happen. Okay, it's a case of going down to see if we can get around that way. We've been through this side, haven't we? We can't go out until we've cleared everything. Okay. You can see the concentration is absolute on here. Right, for some known reason they don't stay down until... Yeah, we've been round here. So we can go back out that way. Or we can work our way back round. Now, I don't know how to get through those barriers over there. I don't know if you can blast your way. Did we try blasting? We didn't try blasting out, did we? Let's try blasting them. Because if we can blast them. I don't think we can. That's a solid one. Oh! Yeah, right. We went round in a circle. I've just lost the spectrum. I'm not going to dwell on this game too long. I'm getting the idea. We've got 5 objects. I think we've done rather well, considering. So this time round, we're going to try going down. Yeah, we've got 2 buttons to press to get through that barrier. I think we did this, didn't we? Don't you have to press them in order, maybe? Oh, really? Yeah, because I can't go through that. And there's no way to get around there. So I've just got to learn the maze, but am I missing something, Mr. Chops? Well, that's that room. So we can... I would say that sometimes, right, when you're firing, oh, he dropped straight away. Oh, that was sub-carried. Right, we can get the other instrument from this side, can't we? So, yeah. There we go. We've got 6 instruments. We're doing really good. We got 12 to get. We're halfway there. But as I say, we're down to our last spectrum. There was a little gap between it actually spawning there before it actually did. I'm kind of glad that we are not dead yet, but we will be if we can't get to that. If we can get over halfway, I mean the halfway finds, oh dear. Halfway, that's good. I'm kind of glad we had energy there. This is a tough one to get by. Oof. Recharge me energy. Right, so we've got... Wow, wow, how on earth? No wonder why you've got an energy charge there. Spikes everywhere. So close. Oh, so close, so close, so close. You got hair trigger. That's good. Lee's done a few games for the Crash cover tapes. Incidentally, there is no Crash Christmas cover tape because people that promised me files have changed their mind, and I can't do anything about last minute changes. And they've left it too late, so there will be hopefully a Crash cover tape next year. Exclusively, there is one person that's going to work on a game for me that's only going to be available on the cover tape. He's quite a prolific coder and he wants to remain anonymous for now. But he's going to do me a special game, so that will help me get something more exclusive to those with the Crash Christmas cover tapes. Plus, I'd like one or two more homebrew games that are not planning on doing a physical release that would like to be on a cover tape, represented as a blast of nostalgia as we bring back the glorious Crash cover tape. But that's down to the community. Most people just want to see if they can make a quick buck and not just enjoy retro for what it is. I understand that there is that community that work extra hard on doing these sort of things, making games that are new, and they don't necessarily want to give them away. But if a game's been out for more than 5 years and it's not really about buying a physical copy of that anymore when the digital download is free and available. Yeah, now, before all this hoo-ha happened in Russia, Mr. Alan Turvey, who's connected, has now got rights to distribute some of the Zolsha games, and fair play to him. But I did have rights from a couple of people who said yes, I can do that, and I think Natasha may have been one of them. And I've got a card, and I appreciate it. I'm a supporter of theirs. I'd rather buy the physical copy, but I also wanted to put a couple of Zolsha games on a cover tape. I wanted to put two of the ones that wasn't really available, such as Seraphenia I wanted, and Metal Man Remix, because you would have missed that. They would have been on the cover tape for this year, but all of a sudden that's suddenly been repented. Now, I was told that once the Russians had put out the game and it was in public domain, you can do with what you like. But I don't work like that. I like to make sure that I don't tread on anyone's toes, and if they says, well, no, we don't want you making money off it. Well, I don't make money off Crash cover tapes. I never have. I don't charge for getting these files together and never will. What you're paying for is you're paying for the tape, the cost of postage, the artwork, and the time it takes for somebody has to be paid for that part for recording each and every tape. So for £10 you're getting a lot in this day and age. Remember, games cost a tenner back in the late 80s. This is 2025. To get it down to £10 nowadays, it must be quite a monumental achievement. And there's only ever 120 to 150 of these Crash cover tapes produced, so they're more rarer very rare indeed, than an actual crash cover tape from back in the day, because there was thousands of them per magazine. So yeah, you're not exactly giving away your rights, you're just lending them for a small production line of nostalgia for those that like to collect crash cover tapes. You won't, once they're produced, they're not, we only set a certain amount of limits, they're done, they're over with. Right Lee, I like your game, but unfortunately that game is through, so we're going to play game number 2 on today's hit list, and this one is a real gem of a game that I don't understand. We've got the tap file. And what we'll do is we'll load the tap file, but we're going to have a look at the loading screen first of all, and we're not going to fully load it, and I'm going to have to turn the volume down a little bit, because while this is loading we can have a little bit more of a talk about Crash Life. There's going to be a lot of next stuff at Crash, a lot of next stuff. There's going to be you'll be able to get the usual Fusion Retro Books assortment of magazines and cups, etc., as always, with a few newer designs that will be available for you to buy from exclusively only Crash Live events. There is merchandise that you can only get from Crash Live events. So if you haven't got a ticket, you're going to miss out, because in the goodie bag you get 1 or 2 things that nobody else will get. These things won't be duplicated, replicated, or sold online separately, because it wouldn't be cost effective for people to do that, first of all. Yeah, you may even be able to get one of these wonderful woolly little hats off with a proper embroidered Crash logo on it, which is great. There'll be other traders there, so I've named 2 of them so far, but there's always a fair few. RCM are usually in attendance, unless there's premier exclusive retro historic computer place with now bigger and a slightly larger improved premises. At the moment the upstairs library unfortunately is closed to the public due to security issues, with people taking things instead of leaving things there for other people to enjoy, which is despicable in this day and age that people would do that. But then that's down to the individual to think what it is they're doing. Loading screen looks great. Yes, remember the game, the arcade game Bubble Bobble, is now was out for the Spectrum, great game. And then Rainbow Islands, was that the sequel to Bubble Bubble? I believe it was. Rainbow Islands was the sequel, the arcade game. I thought that was pretty good. This Bubble Back is a Saloni soft making games fun again. For making games for fun, but I just thought I'd say fun again because I wanted to sound like Trump for a minute there. We're not going to wait for it to load, don't worry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to reset the computer, because it's a Spectrum Next. We're going to do that, we're going to hit that, and then we're going to take I as in off and just press 1 and get it loaded up straight away. Okay, so there we go. The story of Forwards to the Past. There's a hint in what the music's going to be like, so stay tuned. Morning! I'll let you enjoy the A-Boy tune while I go and fetch myself another can. For that you don't need to see my ugly mush, so I'll say bye-bye for now. I'll be back in 5. I'm back. Oh, that's better. Oh, chair's gone down a bit. I got a new chair. Right, here we go, loading screen. Bubbles, once again, text not really doing anything too amazing, but there is more graphics represented using the bubbles in a circular type pattern. And the dragon, is he meant to be a dragon? You know, it's like an unusual version of Amongst Us, isn't it? You know, that eye. From 2025! Right. This one doesn't give you any info on how to play it. Music by Lee B, and Lee B, I have to say, bravo, sir. Right. Listen to listen to that AY tune. Brilliant. I think that will be used in the show from now on. Trust me, I'm going to be building that and background music. Let's play the game then. Okay, the story of Edward Forward to the Past too. I was going to say Edward. Cool. Brilliant. Arguably, that is one of the most accurate, best sounding AY tunes I've heard in a long time. It's stereo here, you don't get the full text. That bass is beautiful. I'm trying not to speak over the music. That is amazing AY. Okay, you've had time to read all of that. Now let's get to the game. Yep, we can collect those sort of items there that are flashing. And we can bubble. So, now we got Kempson, I've got to work out what's what. So, yeah, I've collected two things. Oh. Oh, that's deadly. Oh, that's a bubbler tune. Oh, brilliant! That is brilliant. Wow. Oh, I see. So you've got to go along the level. Missed it. Missed it again. Oh, crikey. I'm having problems hitting that platform. I've even got the music speed up time. Right, to get to that top level better be worth it because I'm having real problems getting across there. I can't seem to make it. Yes, I've done it. Yes, that took some doing. Why's it gone red? Okay, this is going to be tough. Oh, you can jump on your own bubbles? Really? I didn't know that. Right, that's... Oh, crikey. Oh, I can see my energy going down. The action is... Oh, the tunes are amazing. Once again... He said he was really proud of this, and I can understand why, because he should be. Right, I'm dead. Whew, that was a short play. The Power of Love by Huey Lewis, and the news is in the background. That creates part of your death sequence. It's nice to see somebody using an AY tune as a death sequence. It's a bit old school, it's a bit of good stuff to do. That music in this game is immense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Jet Set Steamboat Willie with the use of the loading in that to do that, but this is next level sound for a game, and it's beyond belief. Really quite good, really quite good. I am very impressed. I love it. I love it. So much so when we press a key. Good presentation. I think if we've got the option on this game to redefine the keys. So we're going to have left, right, up, down, fire and bubble. So left, right, let's see if we can use up. Oh, it's jump and bubble. So this time round, I'm going to go down. So somehow I'm going to... Oh, I've jumped right through my barrier. That was harder to crack than I wanted it to be. L and R, left and right. Okay. Right, just give me 1 second. I'm just going to quickly disappear. I'm back. Right, so I'm using keys. Right, okay, I'm using keys. We got on that side. How do we get down the other side? We don't. Oh, we do. We can drop down the right here. Definitely easy to control on keys. Oh, wicked. Brake for space. You can't jump there, so yeah. We got to wait for him to come this side, have we? And then we got chase. Now the AY tune seems to be changing as we change screen. I'm back on. Didn't know I'd gone. Well, I had briefly, yeah. I hadn't noticed that. Hear that? To change the AY tune, and then as you change screen, oh crikey! I just got cane there on the notification caught me out. I thought I could go up there. Can I not go up there? Yes, I could. I can. I could, I can, and I will. So it's not every screen, but certain screens have got their own designated AY tune. I wondered how I was going to get to that side. Energy dying, quickly! Some nice screen layouts here, isn't it? Oh, right, okay. Virtually everything is deadly. I think we can encapsulate these ones, can't we? That's a butterfly, and then we go back to this. Okay, so we can't go around that way. These kind of, yeah, you would spawn there, wouldn't you? Oh, there's one in the butterfly itself. It's a fabulous game, isn't it, really? Oh, I missed my jump because of that. And I've lost a fair bit of energy too. So they do spawn randomly. Oh, crikey. It's not what the doctor ordered this time of year. screen layouts are really quite breathtaking, aren't they, to be fair? Just so much variation. Unlike my gameplay, which isn't very breathtaking at all. The only person that will be taking a breath is me. That's excellent. I'm impressed. I really am impressed. I didn't expect this. Yeah, I have to say this is a great game. It's available on itch.io, by the way, in case you asked the question. Foreshadowing. Yeah, there's the question mark, in case you asked the question. Please leave a tip for the creators. Oh crikey, that's Biff. Well, you would come up here. I mean, the themed rooms are well done, aren't they? You've collected 28 items. How many items did I collect the first time? I have no idea, but I can tell you for sure that is one fantastic play. I really enjoyed that, and I will definitely be going back to play that again. Love the use of all the Back to the Future themes in it. Fantastically graphical, different screen layouts are varied. The AY tune changes on certain screens and gives you an AY tune for that exclusive screen itself, which I discovered. I thought, yes, there you're out of time. Indeed, I am. So yes, a mini Retro Robbins today. Thank you everyone for joining me, but this will be the end of this small live stream section, and I will be doing more of these from now on. So if you like this sort of content and you want to see me do more, remember to, I'm going to do a very YouTube style thing here and say hit the subscribe button please. Let's get me to 1,000 subscribers, and I can represent to these small time coders, or big time coders if you like, and show you more of this gameplay with exclusive point of view of mine. Of course, everything on today's show is just a matter of opinion, and if your opinion differs to mine, you could just add it in the live comments, or if you watch this video after the stream has ended, feel free to leave a comment in the comments below and I will try and reply to them. Any questions you need to ask on Crash Live, cover types, etc., you can ask them there as well. Unless you've got me on Facebook as Wayne Robbins, then yes, I am exclusively known as Retro Robbins in this world, but on Facebook, I'm Wayne Robbins. It doesn't matter, I prefer Retro Robbins. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. All I can say is thanks to everybody for watching me, and anyone who's watching me, of course, I will join you again on another mini Wayne Robbins live stream. But until then, it's time for me to say goodbye.
Retro computing has a place in our hearts. From Sinclair to Commodore, where do we start? 8-bit computing in the modern age, where vintage computers take center stage. It's the Retro Robbins Show. Retro Robbins Show. Plug in a joystick and let the good vibes grow. The Retro Robbins Show. Go live, subscribe, stay in the know. We've got reviews and gaming vibes. We do upgrades and repairs, all of it live. So come to the channel and just drop in. Take off your hat, let the show begin. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. It's the Retro Robbins Show. Retro Robbins Show. Plug into your computer, let the good vibes grow. The Retro Robbins Show. Go live, subscribe, stay in the know. Oh yeah, take it away. take it away.